Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I'm finally back. I went on a break for a couple of weeks. Some of you might have noticed I've missed you so much and I'm back to creating. So I'm not going to disappear just like that again. I'm just back and I'm ready to create. I'm ready to build again. I had informed you in the community thingy on YouTube and also Twitter and Patreon because I didn't just want to leave without saying a word. But I was just kind of gone for a couple of weeks and I finally have the time to create again. And this was the longest break that I've ever taken from YouTube, like since I've started my channel. I had like some breaks for a week or something, 10 days when I don't know, I had a cold or something. Back then I wasn't feeling well, stuff like this, but this was kind of the longest break and I've missed you so much and I'm so excited to build different things, maybe something autumnal. Spooky season is right around the corner and here I'm working on a industrial penthouse because before I left I had created one penthouse already using the industrial kit, and right after I started to work on this one because I felt like I wasn't done with the kit yet. I really enjoyed the kit and I still do, so I wanted to work on a second penthouse. That's what I did, but then I had to leave and I went on a break and I couldn't finish this build. And when I came back, I decided that it's just time to finish this build. Like, I just wanted to finish this because I really liked what I had built so far at this point. So I didn't want to discard the build. Some of you know that I sometimes have a tendency to do so, but I just didn't want to discard this one. I really wanted to finish it. I know that I'm late to the party now because the industrial kit has been out for weeks and weeks now. They've even announced some new kits, I think, some cast stuff, clothing. So I'm late to the party, but I still wanted to finish this. So I'm sorry for the whole delay. I hope that you will still enjoy this build. And yeah, after this, I will see what I'm going to build. After a break, you always have so many new ideas because you just entirely stop thinking about creating in The Sims, and sometimes that's like in that regard it's refreshing when it just comes to being back and being creative. So I will see what I can create, and if you have any ideas, any requests, please leave a comment down below. I'm ready to create and build. I have all the time for that now. I want to give you a little life update because I had to leave for a couple of weeks and I had already talked about this on social media. And now that I'm back, I want to talk about it in this video just to give you an update and to tell you more in detail what has happened. I want to give you a little content warning. If you are sensitive to topics such as illness, hospitals, stuff like this, you might want to avoid this video. I just want to talk about this like for once, just to let you know, because when I posted about this on social media, I've received so much support and it helped me so much. So many people were saying thoughts and prayers and that they are thinking of me and my family and just that I'm not alone in this, and it just warmed my heart and I appreciate all of your support. I would like to say thank you, and now I'm going to tell you what has been going on. So on August 30, I was waking up and I checked my phone and I noticed that I had missed a couple of phone calls from my mom. I wasn't thinking of anything bad. I was calling her back and she was really upset and I thought, oh no, what has happened? And she told me that my dad had a heart attack. And I, of course, also got really scared, upset, but she told me that he was stable already at this point and that it's okay. But of course, we were all very scared and upset. And I just said, okay, I'm going to pack my bag now. I'm hanging up, I'm packing my bag, and then I'm going to call you back when I'm leaving. So I instantly packed my bag and left right away. Basically, my mom has MS. I've talked about this before. She needs care, so I left immediately to stay with my mom at my parents to take care of her, and of course to be there for her and to be around for my dad and stuff. We couldn't visit him because of the pandemic, but I was there. I took care of my mom. We were able to call my dad and stuff. However, I just left immediately, and luckily 2 friends of my mom were there staying with her until I arrived. I live a couple of hours away and it all happened so quickly. I was super upset because I mean, I was just scared. I was like really sad. I don't know. It was just way too many emotions at this point. And it happened so quickly, I couldn't process anything. Like, I hung up, I packed my bag, I left, and I was on my way. And something like this is always super overwhelming, but after sheltering in place for so long because of the pandemic, it felt super weird to just be thrown back into life like this in an instant. Luckily, I got my second vaccine a couple of days before I left. Of course, it takes 2 weeks until you are as much protected as possible, but I was still happy that I got the vaccine already at this point. I thought, okay, at least I got this done before I had to leave. Of course, at this point, I had no idea about this, but I was like relieved. And yeah, I left, I arrived. Then I right away, like after I arrived, I hugged my mom the first time in ages because of the pandemic. I was super emotional. And luckily my dad was stable, as I said, so it was okay. I was still super overwhelmed. And then one of her friends was there, and we like immediately left to buy some stuff for my dad for hospital, just some stuff that he needed that he hadn't at home. And then we went back, and I didn't even have the time to process everything at this point still. And yeah, and then just stayed with my mom. And even though the whole situation was really scary and all that, I really enjoyed to just spend some time with her, also without any like limitations, like, okay, I'm going to visit for a week, I'm going to visit for the weekend, it's Christmas, I don't know, it's a birthday, but we just really sometimes were just hanging out all day. I was taking care of her, so we just had all the time in the world, and we could just talk and talk and talk. This was great, of course, after not seeing each other for such a long time and just hugging her. And yeah, we talked to my dad on the phone, as I said, and I took care of everything. And we were like super relieved, and he was doing better each day. He got super, super lucky. That's also what the doctors told him. He got so lucky. I mean, just so lucky, really. And now he's doing very well. He's doing great, and I think even better than before, and he seems very happy. Physically, he's all right, so he got really lucky. And yeah, so I stayed there, and then my dad came home, and I stayed for a little longer so he could rest and stuff. So I was also happy to see him and to hug him, and it was very emotional for me also seeing him again. And I'm just so lucky and so relieved that he's doing great right now. And I still haven't fully processed everything because it happened so quickly. I was doing really well when I was still at my parents'. When I came home, I was super happy that it's all right. I was happy to see my boyfriend, my cat and stuff, and all that. But then it kind of hit me, I have to admit. Like, I don't know, I had to think about everything. I had weird dreams. Everything just hit me. So I came home and I thought, okay, I'm going to rest for 1 or 2 days. Then I can go back to creating and life and stuff here. And the day after I came home, we got a letter, and the letter said that there was water in the basement and that we have to remove everything from the basement. And we totally underestimated all the stuff in there. Like, it took longer than we expected. So it was weekend, Saturday, and after receiving the letter, we went down to the basement, and we just worked in there until, I don't know, 10 p.m., I think. And we removed everything. I was looking through so many things. There were just boxes of stuff, and I mean, like, stuff that you have in a basement or in an attic, I guess, just some stuff that you are storing. And I knew that I would like to throw away lots of things. Just when you have the chance for something like this, then you can just take the chance and throw away lots of things, and you just keep what you want to keep. I don't know, maybe, like, I'm the type of person that sometimes just stores something, but technically it's something you've never used again when you put it there. You never thought of this object. I don't know, just random stuff that you were storing. So I was ready to let go of a lot of things. So then Sunday came the next day, and the same thing. We woke up, we had a quick breakfast, went down into the basement, and we did the same thing till 10 p.m. or something. And we were done, really relieved, perfectly fine, completely empty. So we were like relieved that we got this. We were like really physically exhausted. I just felt like I needed a bit of rest just to think of everything and to process everything. But I was like, it just kept going and stuff. And then there were some more things in the week after that I had to take care of. In the middle of this, I decided that I would like to just remove everything from my kitchen pantries and to just reorganize everything. I don't know why I did that to myself, but then the kitchen was a whole mess. It's now perfectly fine. I installed some spice racks and stuff. I don't know. I felt like, to be honest, I maybe just tried to keep myself from thinking of everything. I just was trying to stay really busy, but now it's fine. It was like the last months, the last weeks have been a bit crazy, I have to admit, but it's okay. We took care of everything here. My family's doing well. I'm doing better every day as well, just processing everything. And yeah, the problem was also for me, I'm a very sentimental, nostalgic person sometimes. And when it comes to stuff from my childhood and teen years, I'm like very sentimental. Also, when I look at old photos, like family photos, I'm someone I can immediately tear up. Like I have such a soft spot for stuff like this. And after I came back, I just had to think about everything. My childhood. I mean, I stayed at my parents'. It's the house where I grew up in. And it's not easy to just see how your parents are aging. It's like something that you start to think about at some point. And then the fact that my dad had a heart attack, it all made me very emotional. And then when I came home, I instantly had to remove all the stuff from the basement. And there were some boxes with some stuff from my childhood and teenage years. And I took a look at all these things. I had them in my hands. I found some photos, and I was tearing up over and over again down there. Like, it was just a bit too much. I took some breaks, and I felt like it was the worst thing that could have happened. Like, the fact that it's like the basement and going through all these things, and it was like bad timing probably, but maybe it was also a bit therapeutic to let go of some things and to take a look. I have no idea, but I was a mess. So that's also why I like didn't create anything in between, like the days after. I don't know. But now I'm back. I'm happy, doing better every day, and the most important thing to me is that my dad is doing great. I just had to process everything, as I said, and I'm a very emotional person, so I just needed a couple of days. As I've said, I've missed you so much, and I've missed talking to you. Like, it felt weird not talking to you, so I just had to give you a life update, and the next video will be much happier and more about what I'm building, and I hope that it's okay for you that I only talked about my life update right now, because I'm almost done with this build, I guess. So I hope you have been doing much better than me and that you had a great time. I hope you're ready for autumn and some spooky builds. And I'm going to build a vampire castle at some point. I will see what I'm going to do, but Inky has been requesting a vampire build for the longest time in the comments, so it's going to happen. I never really know what to build for Halloween either way for some reason. I'm super into Halloween, I'm into decorating, I'm into spooky season in general, pumpkins, horror movies, everything. But I'm sometimes kind of stuck when I want to build something for Halloween. Probably I really enjoy to work on traditional mansions, family homes, modern stuff, so I always feel a bit out of my comfort zone when it's like a castle or a Victorian build. But I'm ready, and I'm glad that I have a vision, so I already know that it's a vampire mansion or castle this time around. So yeah, for this build, it's CC free as always. I've used the tool mod. I used a couple of tricks here and there that I've probably mentioned in some prior videos. If you have any questions regarding this build or what I've done here, because I was talking so much about other stuff, just leave a comment down below and I will reply. I'm sorry. Usually I explain what I'm doing and how I'm doing it while I'm building, but this time it's a bit different. But here I'm working on the garden. This is the lot in San Myshuno, like there are 2 penthouse lots, and this is the bigger one. I don't know, maybe 50 by 40, I'm not even sure. And I wanted to have some extra space for the garden. And I also made sure that it's like really beautiful from the outside. So the inside is really cool. It's open. It's more of a bachelor pad. There's only 1 bedroom. It's like a very open floor concept. I also wanted it to be aesthetically pleasing from the outside, so I decorated the outside in general and the garden, and I tried to incorporate some lawn, and I wanted this to be very green and like a modern oasis in the middle of San Myshuno probably. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're ready for more builds. I appreciate your support. And now it's time to thank my wonderful Emerald Patreons. A big thank you to Asia, Brynja Wilcox, Delilah Darkmoor, Jennifer Lewis, Callan Rooney, Shannon McClam, Telena Lynn, and Victoria Smithies. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to all of you for your support. No matter if you're a Patreon, if you're not a Patreon, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for all your kind words when I went through this, and I appreciate and love you so much. I have no idea what I would do without all of you. I'm so happy to be back. I've missed you. I love you, and I hope you're ready for more builds, and I can't wait to talk to you again very soon in the next video. And stay safe. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.